Hello students, today we are going to be working on our Unit 6 practice performance task. And while a big part of this is having you guys figure out how to do this based on your own experience, another part of it is technical computer-based skills. So I just wanted to go over some of those skills very quickly. Hang on just a second. Okay. So here we are in Desmos, and I'm just going to type in a graph real quick because part of what we're going to be doing in this one is you're going to be using Desmos to make graphs, and then you're going to put those graphs into your final answer. So if I say y equals x plus 25, let's do x minus 25 squared, like that. Okay, so my graph isn't anywhere on here because the 25 is going to shift it to the right 25. So I want to adjust it so I can see it. So on the x-axis, I'm going to go from 0 to 30. And then there I see my graph. I can also say on the y-axis, we're not going into the negatives, so I want to go from 0 to 10. And in fact, that's a little bit too far to the right, so I just want to make sure that my graph is very clearly visible. So let's go ahead and say 15 to 30. Now I get a good graph here. And then I could also put in a couple more graphs. This is going to be necessary for yours. Y equals 2. X minus 25 squared. Of course, these are just graphs that I'm making up right now. Y equals negative 0.5. X minus 25 squared plus 6. Okay, now I've got a handful of graphs on here, and this is to the point where I can I might want to export my graph. Now I did accidentally scroll on the mouse wheel, which is going to zoom in and out, but for my final graph I want to make sure that this is very, very accurate. So I want to say we're going from 15 to 30 here, and on the y-axis we are going to go from 0 to 10. Okay, and of course the numbers that I'm stating are not the numbers you're going to use for your performance task. I'm just setting it up to make sure that all of this can be visible. Okay, now this is something that I want to go ahead and paste into my my answer document. So I'm going to click on this share graph button up here, and then I want to export the image. And so I can say I want this to be whatever size I want. Medium rectangle is probably good. That's going to be exactly what was on my screen. And then you can adjust the line thickness depending on how you want it to look. And then we can just right click right here. We can say save image as. Well, let's not do that. Let's just copy the image. And then we'll go into our Google Docs, and then we can right click and click paste. And there's our graph right there. And then I would want to say, do a little key down here and say what each of those line colors represents. One of the other things that you're going to need for your performance task is you're going to need to be able to type exponents. So I wanted to show you how to do that in Google Docs. So if I said y equals 3 times 2 to the x, I would probably want to use parentheses like that. If I want to do an exponent, I can hold down, just leave a note here, exponents, control, and then the greater than sign. So if I want to say 3 times 2 to the x, I'm going to hold down control and then the greater than sign, and then I can say to the x. And then to exit out of that, you just push control and then greater than again, and then you can keep on typing. And that's gonna help you complete this week's assignment. So good luck. Please let me know if you have any questions.